Hi, I'm Dr. Ahadian. I wanted to talk about trichotillomania or hair pulling. Trichotillomania is a condition in which the person who's suffering from that begins to pull their hair out. Either it could be seen in the pulling of the eyelids, or pull their hair from their head, back of the head, and sides. And this problem is basically seen in disorders related with obsessive compulsive disorders. In an obsessive compulsive disorder, basically there are tensions that the patient feels and reacts to that tension by certain behaviors, certain mannerisms, certain using of language, or certain type of a activity to ward off the thought that comes to mind, and to decrease the tension that he or she is feeling. Now, the trichotillomania is not by itself a basic disorder, but it's the sign of some other kind of problems that basically has to be looked at. Mostly people who are suffering from trichotillomania or hair pulling have a tendency of obsessiveness and type of a becoming very much preoccupied with thoughts or ideas or behaviors, that this kind of like thoughts begin to cause tension, and then the tension has to be calmed down by pulling the hair, and then the problem continues on, which causes more tension and then more hair pulling. And then there have been cases that the patient pulls out all the hair and the eyelashes, and causes certain kind of like cosmetic problems. Now, to deal with this problem, first we have to find certain kind of aspects of genetic precondition, the nature and the biological precondition that the patient is prone. Now, every kind of situation or disorder that usually happens, according to my opinion, has a genetic background, susceptibility, sensitivity of the patient towards that kind of like disorder. And therefore, in studying these cases of trichotillomania, one could look at the family history and find out that there are a lot of family history of obsessive disorders based on, you can set gambling, alcoholism, drug abuse, issues with regard to obsessive compulsive disorder and obsessive thoughts that has to be warded off by certain type of a behavior. And then you can see major depressive disorder in this type of a background, which by further investigation and analysis, one could get to the root of the problem and see the obsessive compulsive precondition and sensitivity of that individual, which throughout the family tree and ancestors, you see a lot of disorders related with obsessive compulsive spectrum disorders, which exhibit itself with depression. Now, after evaluation and understanding of this background history and the relationship and the genetic precondition that causes susceptibility in this kind of disorder, we have to then look into the treatment of that. And the treatment of trichotillomania then basically is not just dealing with the hair pulling, but it's dealing with the whole spectrum of the situation of the patient, related to a family, related to a background, related to the genetic background of his or her side of the family, and then finding that out, and then dealing with the problems that has caused to get the person in that position. Basically, a lot of tension is going around, that the person who's suffering